Welcome back, everyone. This is the Collecting Brothers here. We're looking at S.H.Figuarts' son Gohan in his battle clothes, in his Saiyan armor from the Namek saga. Here's a look at the front of the packaging. We get some nice artwork on the side. And on the back, we get some cool poses to get you inspired to pose in your new S.H.Figuarts. Let's crack this thing open. Something to note now with S.H.Figuarts is they no longer come with the little insert of the instructions. They are now printed on the tab of the packaging. Here's our son Gohan in Saiyan armor out of this clamshell, and you can see we get 4 different head portraits. The 3-star Namek Dragon Ball, an alternate hair piece, an alternate chest piece, and 2, 4, 6, 7 different hands. Here is a closer look of his alternate hair piece. It's kind of a flowing in the wind battling hair piece. Next up we have the 3-star Dragon Ball. We almost have all of the Namek Dragon Balls, and Purunga has been announced, so that would be nice just to complete that. If you have all of them, you could display them with Purunga. You get a alternate chest piece. Not much is different with it, other than the fact that this one is more squiggled than this one, and this one is more straight, the one that's on the figure. Alright, so we're getting 2 kind of blast effect hands, 2 karate chop hands, 2 kind of, fighting grip stance hands, and lastly we're getting a kind of like a gripping chokehold hand. As for his portraits, the hair pops off and then the face you just slide on. So he comes with a screaming face, a kind of grimacing, grinding his teeth face, a really nice happy face. I actually really love this face sculpt. I think this is the epitome of Gohan in that DBZ saga. And then kind of just a frowning, kind of just a stern face, as well as the face that comes with him already, which is just, just a straight kind of ready for battle Gohan face. Alright, so to get this on, you just take off the entire head. One thing to note is that this piece right here in the middle is a very soft plastic, whereas everything else is hard. So kind of this one is just like a little soft rubbery plastic. Here is Gohan with the alternate hair piece and alternate screaming face. I will say on both hairs, the seam is hidden very well. I do appreciate that. So yeah, with this you essentially have 3 extra faces and 2 completely different head portraits. As I was saying, here you can look at the seam line, which you can barely see. It's crazy how they were able to do this so clean. Not like if you guys have the Anakin Revenge of the S.H.Figuarts. That one has one of the worst hairline seams of all time. Moving on to the best part, the comparisons. So here we're going to look at an old S.H.Figuarts Gohan. This is the Super Saiyan, with his Piccolo cloak. A lot taller, and as I said, this is a very this is probably within the first couple of years of the line, so it's very different, in quality and articulation scheme. Here we have a more modern figure, S.H.Figuarts Super Saiyan Gotenks. And last here we have Dragon Stars Gohan, which Dragon Stars is like a $20 price point line. Worse paint, worse plastic, worse everything basically from S.H.Figuarts. They do run a little bit larger. They run 6-inch scale, whereas these ones are 5-inch scale. So looking at the difference with these Gohans, it is kind of small, I would say. There's a lot of height variation, and not even that, there's a head variation, not just with the other Dragon Stars figure, but just looking at the 3 S.H.Figuarts, all heads are each different size, and they each have different, heights of legs, heights in general. So kind of going everywhere here with S.H.Figuarts. You know, this line has been going on for a long time, and they have been redoing some figures 2.0 versions. So yeah, this height discrepancy is kind of all over the place. It doesn't matter too much, just because I feel like if you display them with their right characters within their arc, you know, within their sagas, I think they all scale well. But scaling across all arcs and all sagas across DBZ, and DBZ Super, it gets kind of wonky. And lastly, his P Bandai exclusive counterpart. And with this Krillin, oh my gosh, guys, this Krillin, he has the hardest time standing up. This Gohan, even though he has smaller feet, he's not as bad as Krillin to stand up. So props at least to that. He does have a good weight and balance to him. Good height difference. One thing I love is that, you know, Krillin is bulkier and bigger than Gohan. There goes Krillin. These were P Bandai exclusives, so you had to get them through P Bandai only. They were $60 each when they first solicited them, and of course you had to pay like $10 for shipping. But luckily these came out at the same time, so you could actually combine shipping with these two. You know, that's one thing that you always can appreciate with imports: the amount of detail, the paint application, the sculpt, all the accessories that you get. You know, like if this were Hasbro. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, that Krillin figure, terrible balance, terrible center of gravity on that guy. But like I said, you know, if this were Hasbro, let's say, I wouldn't put it past them. They would have reused the Krillin mold and just said, well, it's good enough. Pop on a new head and a new color scheme, call it good. But just the fact that we get this whole new mold with this S.H.Figuarts Gohan, making it kind of a nice height difference between the two. And lastly, here he is with Goku from Dragon Ball Z. And I do like the way these two figures look together. Overall, I think the height is a good scale. These look perfect together. So, going over articulation, his head can move that far down, this far back. Arms can go that pretty far up. Shoulder pads do get out of the way. There is an amazing butterfly joint that pops really far forward. Single jointed, well, it is, I don't know, it's like double but single, because it's essentially a ball with two pegs attached. So there is like two, you know, joints to it, but it's just a ball. So I would say single, you can get that far. Legs can kick that far back, this far forward. Let's see, try to get him to a splits. We can get him that far into a splits position. Double knees. That can go just about 90. Ankle has a little bit of pivot here, toe articulation. Hinge and swivel at the wrist. You know, everything you need, I think, on this figure. And of course, that butterfly joint is really good. The fact that it can go that far out, you know, helps with your Kamehameha or any blast poses you want to do with him. So overall, the drawbacks, of course, this being a P Bandai exclusive and being $60. Kind of a little bit overpriced just because he is such a small figure, but it is an all new sculpt, so it's not that bad. Of course, I love the Namek saga. It's one of the best sagas, and seeing, you know, Krillin and Gohan in the same armor was such, I think, a cool moment in the anime when we first saw them, just because, you know, previously only Vegeta was wearing this, and this is such an iconic and nice looking armor. Some positives here, though, is how well they hid the seam line in the hair pieces, as well as this amazing butterfly joint and the hinges that they applied to the armor to make it to have better articulation, as well as the whole other alternate hairpiece, flowing hairpiece. I think is an amazing add. Definitely a get if you are a super fan of Dragon Ball Z, and especially of that Namek saga. Overall, a great figure. There is some scaling issues with other Gohans, but he does scale well with Saiyan Armor Krillin and Goku. That's going to do it for this review. Thank you guys for watching. This has been the Collecting Brothers. Please check out our other reviews, and as well as our weekly video where we round up all 6-inch action figure news. Peace, guys.